All right, just a quick follow-up from yesterday's video. And I apologize, guys. I wanted to do this on the car. I didn't have time today. I had another car I had to finish up. It was a big job, and I had some parts issues with this one. They ordered me one injector rebuild kit, which only includes 3, and I needed 6, so there's that. So I didn't get this one done until literally the end of the day, and the customer needed it. So I had to hustle out the door, get a capture of the fix, which you can see now, and I'm hooked up exactly the same as yesterday because I had left my piercing probes on it overnight. And you can see now, we're zoomed out here, that the yellow and the green trace. Obviously, we have injector events now, and then our cylinder 5, this is cylinder 4, the yellow and green, the control and the supply, and then the control and the supply for cylinder 5, which is our known good. And you can see now we have injector pulse, there's injection happening on 4 now. We ended up doing both. There's 2 injector harnesses. There's one for bank 1 and one for bank 2. They're pricey, but the way those rodents had eaten in, and if you don't know, I've got pictures of them out on Facebook. They ate like right up to the connector. So, the way those things are tucked in there, I've never had to actually do an injector on a 3.6. I didn't do injectors, but I took all the injectors out. So when you're putting them in, if you've never done them, it helps if you place your injectors in the harnesses first, because the injectors actually hold the harness. The wiring harness clips to the injectors, so and they got to be clocked a certain way. Follow service procedure. But anyways, put it all together in the harnesses, then stick it down in the holes and seat them before putting your rails back on. And the rails got to go, bank, I want to say bank 2's got to go on before bank 1. Yeah, it's kind of a trick to get them in and out of there, but don't be prying because you'll break stuff, that's for sure. And as I was struggling to get them out, I kept thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, there's got to be a trick to this, and then sure enough there is. You got to kind of rock that bank 2 up, and you also got to loosen up that bank 2 injector rail to get your fuel pressure sensor off, because there's not a lot of clearance there, even with a thin wall 27, to get that thing off. But nevertheless, that's what happened. We did end up putting a purge valve on it. It's fixed. It's not misfiring anymore. I wanted to just get a capture. I wanted to show you the fix, and kind of give you some follow-up, for those of you that actually care. This is kind of cool because now I have known goods for these if I ever do run into one with an issue down the road. So let me zoom in here. Let's take a zoom in. I'm going to try to do this live here, but if it gets too lengthy, I'm just going to pause it. But we'll zoom in and kind of take a peek at this number 4 now that it's fixed, and you can see already. Let me get it zoomed in. All right, got my deal back on there, and let's just bring it in so we can get some detail on it. So, and I apologize for the glare, I'm in my car. So there you can see the control is the yellow and then the supply is the green, right? And this is that 65 volt, what do they call that? That boost capacitor inside the injector, or the ECM rather. And then this is that 12 volt, quote unquote, 12 volt pulse. But you can see this is a running capture. So you can see that we're at that, 9 volts, I think it was, that we were seeing. Bring this over here. Let's bring this other cursor over. And I'm mainly doing this to guys so that I can learn what they're supposed to look like. What am I doing here? That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you can see, again, 9.3. Which one are we on? Oh yeah, the yellow. So cursor 1, I got it set on the 65. Yep, okay, so cursor 1 on yellow, you can see that 65 volts, right? That's that boost capacitor, that charging to initially open that injector. And I believe that's what you're seeing here on the green is the initial opening. And then this is the pulsing. I don't know the details on that. I think it's to saturate it and to kind of hold it. And then this allows it to fully open and spray. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I believe that's how it works. But that 9 volts is normal. So this is a known good as well now, and it is a fix, no doubt about it. And if we come back out again, and I'm not trying to make this overkill, it's kind of interesting. There is cylinder 5, and if we take a peek at cylinder 5 and zoom in on it, it should look very similar to cylinder 4 now. And it does. Oh my goodness. There we go. And okay. And for those of you kind of learning the scope, the snap-on scope, the struggle is real to try to keep things lined up here. Oh goodness. This is really hard to do when you're filming too. Let's see here. Let's do this. There. I think that's gonna be good. Keeps moving all over, but there you go. So what do we got there? 1, 2 little pulses before this. That initial opening, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 before the big opening, I guess would be the deal. Now, that was really what I wanted to do, guys. I wanted to show you that. I guess I could show you misfire counters because I did get a capture of that. So here you can see you got the 15 traverse. I just did a screenshot, and you can see we went through 54 misfire cycles. We got no misfires, and that's just really was me just kind of confirming. Now before I could see, cylinder 4 just counting up constant. The other cylinder was 3, and 3 would intermittently be counting up as well because that was the other one that they had chewed through. So they chewed through bank 1's harness and bank 2's, but they were both the center injectors, which would be cylinders 3 and 4, right? And they were shorting together. The control and the supply were shorted together. So why it didn't throw a code for cylinder 3, there must just been enough insulation, kind of keeping them separate. But the fact that the complaint was it was intermittently misfiring driving down the road, my suspicions is just, vibration and stuff. Every now and then it would drop out, but it wasn't throwing a code. Who knows? It's fixed. I'm not worried about it. I wanted to follow up with you guys, kind of show you that. I guess I could show you the code scan results, but what's the point? It didn't set any codes. It's fixed. Got that purge valve issue resolved. Explain that to them, and they'll be happy. So that's all I got. Thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for your support, and it's good to be back. And I apologize for not getting out of the car, but priorities. I had to, it's just tough to film sometimes when you're trying to, are trying to be proficient, and it just sometimes busting the camera out just isn't time. Like I've already burned up 8 minutes just now explaining, so that's 8 more minutes on my job that sometimes I just can't afford. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. If you have any questions, drop them down. Thanks for watching, and I'll try to get some more video footage for you when I have time. Other than that, take care, all right?